Om Namo Narayanaaya. 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 Rama Lakshamam Bahimam. Yeah, friends. Om Shri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Shri Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayana Shastra Dvidiya Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam DRUSHTHANHA Nama Ashtadasha SARGA Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. So, 58th mantra, just touch it and move ahead. Avastu Purva Parayoho Vartamane Vicharitam Yatha Jagrat Tatha Swapnaha Siddham Apalamagatam. So, what he said is, Jagrat, Swapna, both are equal and equally mithya because Avastu Purva Parayoho. Purva in the beginning, Abara in the end, Avastu. It is not there. Vartamane, only in the middle, it is appearing in the present. When that is observed, first you take Sapna. It was not in the beginning, not in the later, in between appearing. Therefore, it is Mithya. Same is Jagrat. In the pure Brahman, the Jagrat whole is not there in the beginning. When the Brahman is realized, that time also the Jagrat will not be there. Then in between it is appearing, not even created, only Kalpana. This knowledge has to be strengthened and then no more behaving like the deluded person who gives reality to the imaginary thing. Isn't it? The most important thing in spiritual Vedantic life is having understood that the world is mithya, other than giving Vyavaharika value, Sadhana value, the world should not be given the Bhoga value importance. Then again we are trapped in our own delusion and will never be able to qualify for the realization of the self. Right? This is what we can understand from Attavan mantra. Now, Unsat mantra mein, in all Shastras, here also, what are the various Upamanas are given to prove to us Brahman alone Satyam. Therefore, pursue it and be that. Even Mithya, therefore stop running behind it to get bound. The shloka is Swapna Sankalpana Dhyana Varashapaushadadivihi Yadartha Iva Dushtanta Tadrupatvat Jagasthite. So these are all the Drishtanta. They appear to be Yadartha at the time of their Anumoti. But later on they will be found to be not at all existing. Like Swapna. In the dream time, dream world appears to be so real. But when we wake up, even an iota of the dream also not real. Isn't it? So to Sankalpa. Whatever the Sankalpa we do, better, at that time that Sankalpa Mano, Rajya we revel in it. But come back to the normal interaction, तब पूछो फिर कहाँ गया तुम्हारा संकल्प वाला विमान, संकल्प वाला बाकी सारे एक सेकंड में चले आते हो. At that time, you are reveling Yathartha Rupan as if, but they are not Yathartha. So to Dhyana, Vicharana of something. Then Vara Shapa Aushadadivi. Okay, in the Sankalpa, in the Swapna in the dhyana, the vara we receive, the shapa we receive, the aushadha we receive, they all appear to be. You know? The vara we receive that somebody helped us, $10 million came in Swapna. But when you wake up, it is not there. So to shapa, somebody has taken away so much money or troubled, cursed us in the dream. When you wake up, it is not there. So to aushadha, the disease and the medicine, both are illusory of the dream when you wake up. With these examples, what we are told, when we realize the Brahman, the Atman, the reality, at that level, what right now in the Jagrata Avastha, we are seeing the Vara, we are seeing the Shapa, we are seeing the Aushadhi, all of them will be as unrealized the Swapna Sankalpana Dhyana to a waker, as unrealized them. So this is how the Vedanta tries to convince to us with the Swapnopamana, Swapna Drishtantadi about the Mithyatva of the Jagra, therefore Satyatva of the Brahman. We have to listen repeatedly, contemplate, accept it, then do the sadhana, reach to the real Brahman, then only all these things which we believe will be proved to be correct. That this Jagra Jagat is mere Sankalpa projection only, nothing real about it is there. Right, friends? Now, wonderful shlokas. Mokshopaya krita grantha karenanyepi ye krutaha granthaste shriyamevaika vyavastha bodhya bodhane. Mokshopaya krita grantha karenanyepi ye krutaha ग्रंथास्त्वेषु वयम् एवैका व्यवस्था बोध्य बोधने. So, Granthakarena, Mokshopaya Krita Granthakarena, the author who has given the Mokshopaya Upaya by giving to us this Grantha. So, Granthakarena Mokshopaya Krita Granthakarena. That Maharaj, the Guru, the Master, like here Vaashishthaji, who has given us the Moksha Marga through the Grantha Rachana, Anyamiya Krita Grantaha. Not only this, any other Granthas written by him, and any other saints and sages who gave Mokshopaya through whatever the Granthas they gave. Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, in all of them, Granthateshu Iyameva Eka Vyavastha. This is the only means that was adopted, Bodhya Bodhane, to teach Bodhan Karne ke liye, that which is to taught the Bodhya. For the Bodhya Vastus Bodhana, this is the technique adopted in all the Shastras. Examples may vary, but giving examples is same. And in every Granthakara's Rachana, the examples belong to the Mithya Jagat, yet they have the ability to convey the Jnanam about the Sadvast, Siddhanta Jnana, to make us a little bit convinced. All in all, only through Anubhava, through the due sadhana, that finally the truth is realized, and from that standpoint, after realization, what we believed, what we logically concluded about the Mithyatva of the Jagat is realized as correct. What was said is right. So therefore, what it means is what? ये गुरु इस जगत के उदाहरण दे रहे हैं परमात्मा के लिए और कहते हैं वो परमात्मा में ये जगत नहीं है. ये गुरु और इनका ग्रंथ और इनके एग्जाम्पल एक्सप्लेनेशन थोड़ा ठीक नहीं लग रहा मुझे. लेट मी गो टू अदर गुरु, लेट मी गो टू द अदर ग्रंथ, गो टू एनी गुरु, एनी ग्रंथ. Every guru will adopt this technique only of giving the examples from a known world only to communicate which is unknown, which is beyond. Because that is the way, that is the only way. Any number of Sanatana Dharma Granthas You refer to them, the technique adopted by the gurus is that alone, and we have to scrupulously follow. So have that patience and faith. Patience to listen and understand, faith to accept it, then again patience to do sadhana, consistency and persistence till the truth is realized. Once it is realized, then you don't need any dharana. You don't need anybody's explanation. Like from after waking up from dream, do you need any dreamer again, dream guru to come and tell you, यार ये dream झूठ है, तुम जागृत हो जाओ, एक अलग जागृत सत्य है. You don't need for both to realize the reality of the waking, to realize the delusory, unreal nature of the dream. You don't need anybody, no, when you wake up. In the same way, with faith in Guru and Shastra, through the examples, having comprehended intellectually the truth, following the sadhana, when the truth is apprehended, that means directly, personally experienced it. From there, when you see, you don't need anybody else to prove. You know it. It's like when you have touched the rope, which you imagined a snake, and realized to be rope. You don't need anybody else to say anymore that it's a rope, not a snake. So too, once you touched and saw the mirage water and found it to be sand, that प्रत्यक्ष अनुभव हो गया ना आपको, तो nobody need tell now कि ये sand है, इसमें पानी नहीं है, mirage water. So too, once one realizes self, no guru, no shastra required because you are in direct experience of it. At that level, the whole jagat is absolutely known to be mithya. But वहाँ जाने के लिए, for the required push to get to yourself, there's no way other than listening to Guru and Shastra. Guru and Shastra have no other way than communicating to us about the truth than this paddhati. I am telling you in advance, dear friends. Keep it in your mind. And don't again say, तुम लोग तो ऐसे मिथ्या जगत के एग्जाम्पल देते हो. How can the satya vastu be indicated by मिथ्या जगत? Example. And if that's the case, either the mithya jagat should become satya because it is becoming example to the sadvastu, or sadvastu should become mithya because you are taking the mithya jagat example to prove it. ये confusion मत होना. Satya is satya alone, reality. Mithya jagat is mithya only. Once this thought is clear, throughout the study of Shastra, with faith we focus on examples given to catch the thought which the Gurus try to convey. That's a very healthy way of listening, contemplating. And the clarity is what? There's no examiner in the whole universe which can communicate to us the truth fully, completely, perfectly. For the truth is beyond all this. Second, these are all unreal. How can these you can use to teach that? Yet there is no other method. Like talking. Well, how can you talk about the self? You can talk about only not self. And yet there is no other way to the Guru to talk and give lecture about self. No other way for the disciple also other than listening to the Upanishad. Right? We'll see a few more shlokas beautiful today. Next one. Swapna bhaktvan cha jagatah Shrute shastreva bodhyate Shighram napadyate vaktum Vakkilakramavartini Swapna bhaktvan cha jagatah Shrute shastreva bodhyate Shighram napadyate vaktum Vakkilakramavartini. What a beautiful shloka. Wonderful shloka. Most important for you and I who are studying the Shastras regularly. हमारे लिए तो ये तो $1,000,000 वाला श्लोक है. बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट विषय है. ओम श्री राम जय जय राम. Vaashishthaji, without any hesitation, any inhibition, without feeling any fear or shyness with us, speaking the truth outrightly. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत फायदा वाला, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट वाला, बहुत उपयोग वाला बात है. Listen, he says, Swapna abhatvam cha jagatah. The jagat, jagrat jagat, is mithya like the swapna. Swapna abhatvam cha jagatah. This point, Shastre Shruthi. When you are listening to the Shastras, wherein this jagat is proved to be mithya like the swapna, by giving the examples, Shastre Shruti, Jagatah Swapna Abhattam cha Shigram na Paryate na Avabodhyate. Immediately, instantaneously, the Bodha understanding that the Jagat is mithya will not instantaneously happen. It will not happen instantaneously. Just like from the Swapna we wake up to the Jagrat, it is instantaneous to know that the Swapna is mithya. Like the Swapna, Jagat also is mithya. That is what is proved through the Swapna example. By the analysis of Swapna. Yet, instantaneously, immediately, that avabodha will not happen. No. Immediately nahi hota. So, Swapna bhattam cha jagatah sute shastre avabodhyate shigram na paryate. Why? Vaktum, because vak kila kramavartini. Means what? The teachings taught by the Guru, in which Jagat Mithyatva is proved, kramavartini means they have their own process to effect us, and we have to follow a long, lengthy process totally to, through the example, understand the Mithyatva of the Jagat. In other words, in our daily interactions in the Jagrat Jagat, though we are waking up from the Swapna, therefore are able to say Swapna is asatya, we are not woken up to the reality, no? जिस तरह हर दिन स्वप्न से जागृत में आने के कारण स्वप्न मिथ्या कहते हैं, उसी तरह जागृत मिथ्या from the Brahma Tattva standpoint, which is pulled again and again, we are not woken up to Brahma Tattva. Still in our vasanas, in our habits, in our acceptances, in our fears, so many ways, we hold on to the Jagat real. तुरंत तो दिमाग में नहीं चढ़ता. Just like glory of spirituality, we listen. Doesn't mean that immediately we give up the samsara and enter into the adhyatmika marga. It should have happened, but it won't. And because the faith in this, it takes time to happen. And also, to withdraw from that regularly habituated worldliness, to withdraw from it, it is not an overnight thing. It is not easy. Some lives it takes for a person to accept the glory of spirituality and shift into it. Any of the thing, whether a puja ka mahima, japa ka mahima, dhyana ka mahima, Guru Maharaj and unke seva ka mahima, Bhagavad Upasana ka mahima, suddenly सुनते ही आप सब समझ कर तुरंत सब छोड़कर इस उपासना में अध्यात्म में आते हैं क्या? No, उसमें faith होने के लिए time लगता है. Therefore, don't expect the result turant to happen that the Shastra has spoken once that the Jagrat is mithya, like the Sapna from the ultimate standpoint. So suddenly it should click Shigram, don't expect that. That we know it. That is why not once or twice, hundreds of times we keep on telling you that Brahman alone Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Brahman Satyam. A millionth time you will be able to realize it. Because obstacles are many in us. Like यहाँ से वहाँ 20 किलोमीटर रोड डालना. No, it is not as easy as said it is. अरे बीच में कितने कंकर है, पत्थर है, उबड़ खाबड़ है, पेड़ है, घास है, खेती है. And each of them you have to remove, make the land plain, and then in that you have to do the 3 or 4 layers of the road to make. Suddenly कहते ही हो जाता क्या? In this area of 600 yards, I just want to make 7-storied building. You told it, a building बन गया क्या? नहीं होता ना? You make a map, you apply there, sanction permission होना है, then you what do you call the contractors, engineers, and जो भी है उनको दो. And they also, अच्छा भाई दे दिया आपने, 3 दिन का लाइए बिल्डिंग में आप एंटर करिए. Will you tell like that? They have their own measurement of the land and its the test of the land. Then for the 7 story, how deep the pillars have to be made. पहले वो scientifically वो inquiry करते हैं, वो search and research. According to that, they make the pillars. Some places are such. All around places are very beautiful, very strong. That particular land which they belong to them, it has got some softness inside. Unlike the next land. 2 मीटर बाद में land बहुत strong है, ये वाला soft. तो ये सॉफ्ट लैंड के लिए फिर उनको क्या करना पड़ेगा, कितना लेवल तक वो मट्टी सॉफ्ट है वो सब निकालना पड़ता है. फिर वहां से कंक्रीट बनाते हुए they have to make it, then they make the pillars. After the pillars are made, छत बना के, और it takes time ना. For a outer construction if it takes time, for inside to dismantle the existing construction of the world real and remake the new construction, that Brahman real, not the Jagat, it's not overtime job. Therefore, don't insist to me that Guru Maharaj 8 class में बताओ. Nor I expect from you that 8 class सुनकर तुम सुधर जाओगे. यह contract is, जब तक तुम सुधरोगे मैं बोलता जाऊंगा, और जब तक तुम सुधरोगे तुम सुनते जाओगे. मैं सुधरूंगा, मैं सुधर गया. The time limit नहीं होता उधर. The goal limit it is there. The goal limit is still I thoroughly understand the reality of Brahman and the reality of Jagat. I go on listening from the Guru. Guru will patiently go on teaching. That is the point. Therefore, we have heard from last 4 years, Swamiji, nothing happened. Don't say that. Nothing happening is a great achievement. A lot more we have to listen. And in general, you know, Vedanta, Shravan ke baad manan ki zarurat. Where are we doing that sufficient manana chintana? Isn't it? We are only struggling to be regular in Shravana only. Thereafter beginning manana and struggle and achieve. To be regular in the manana also. Then only the vicharana. Then only the knowledge. Then again holding on to that knowledge. This is such a funny thing. Nobody enter into the world and worldliness. This knowledge is forgotten. So how much you have to Viveka Vairagya to give up the world which makes us forget this knowledge and revel only in this knowledge. That too in the Kali Yuga of so many attractions, so many obligations, so many temptations. Every day, newer and newer things are coming, attracting us. Come indulge, come enjoy. ऐसे भयंकर modern world में keeping away the outer world, consistently maintaining the knowledge gained through vicharana, gained through manana, gaining through shravana, and then living up to it. तब जाकर अनुभव होगा. That's why many may start, but many give up. Few only remain on this path. And that few can be anyone. You can try. So here, Vaashishthaji is saying in one class, I am not assuring you that I can communicate to you, or you can catch it. Therefore, you don't become annoyed with me and say, कि इतने दिन से आ रहा हूँ मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया. And if you give me up, then you are at loss. Nor I will do that. मैं इतने दिन से तुम्हें पढ़ा रहा हूँ, तुम्हें क्यों समझ में नहीं आया? I will also not fight. I know its limitations. Isn't it? That Maha है ही जो कहते हैं ना सहना हो तुम्हें. This is the meaning. That disciple समझ नहीं रहा करके गुरु को विद्वेष होना, गुरु महाराज ठीक समझा नहीं रहे करके शिष्य को विद्वेष होना नहीं होना चाहिए. It is the goal-oriented job, not time-limited job. And the one beauty in this is whatever the amount of time it may take, if one is consistent, one day you will realize it. That one day can be next year, next decade, next life, 10 lives. But pakka hota hai. Because it is about the truth. The truth never becomes untrue. No? It's not a question of time taking. So don't bother about it. Focus. I'll keep on giving you examples and explanations. You keep on listening. I have infinite patience. I have no other job. I have realized the self. I have nothing to achieve. So I am here to teach you. Till you understand, I teach. Till you understand, you listen. But don't expect ki shikram. The beauty, no? Swapna bhattam cha jagataha. The jagat is swapna samana. It is mithya. This knowledge, shastra shruti, shigram na avabodhyate. Just because one day you listen to the shastra, then avabodha, the understanding, the conviction will not happen. Because vakukila, it's only speech content spoken, but the understanding takes its own time and process. Kramavartini. वो क्रम को फॉलो करता है. श्रवण मनन निधि ध्यासन एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करते करते फिर थोड़ा थोड़ा. Like it's like in India, just because you have voted a good government and they are ruling doesn't mean that खेल खत्म हो गया. The opposition fellows, they come together, they make their strategies, they find the loopholes, they find the weaknesses. They have nothing to do, therefore they find their own techniques. And to do prachara against such a good government and see to it that they win and they are defeated. You understand? In the same way, the Vidya Jagat has its own techniques to prove as if it is Satya to us by mesmerizing us, by making us forget, by telling us, yaar, oh, truth, hai ke batane, but process is so tough. Maybe the Jagat may be unreal, but is it not giving you joy? Is it not giving you pleasure? So who can defeat this argument of the reality of the world that it is giving immediate pleasures? It's just like the opposition. We will give 5, 6, 10 amount of freebies. How the ruling party knows it cannot be given freely, so they can't do those promise. But these fellows do promise to get the vote. They will fulfill the promise or not, that baad mein. पहले तो power मिल जाएगा ना, and they are never fulfillable naturally. If you have to fulfill, then you have to make the khajana empty. The entire treasury of the Indian wealth has to become empty. But the Beokups, the human beings are Indian citizens or voters. They don't understand the honesty and hard work, and they want free things without doing anything. And this technique of us, technique of our weakness, they know it. Just like the stupid Christians know the technique of our being sentimental and emotional, and how they blackmail us sentimentally, emotionally, Hindus, and convert. So do the opposition people have their own technique. that ये इंडियन बेवकूफों को कोई फ्री में देने से वो खाएंगे, फिनाइल भी पिएंगे, उनको फ्री भी का मौका दे दो और take the votes and win the election. That the ruling party cannot do that. They know it. You can't give. It's not right. Even if somebody gives free something, you should not take. It has spiritual repercussions. It has social repercussions. And how can anybody give anything free? If one party is given, the other will ask. जब पूरा फ्री में दोगे तो प्रोडक्शन कहाँ से होगा, कंट्रीब्यूशन कहाँ से आएगा, उसका क्रिएशन जनरेशन. But they have their own technique. In the same way, this Jagrat Jagat has its own techniques. The Indriyas, the Mana, they have techniques. Again and again to pull us to their level of making us believe that the world is real. That's why in the class we come seriously, we listen, we really feel also that we are in this way, we analyze. It was not there, it will not be there, in between it's appearing, therefore the Jagat is Mithya. But you see, the moment the class is over, this seriously heard knowledge, पता नहीं कहाँ चला तब जाता है. Immediately we just go back into the world as if the world is real, just like the school children. That 4 hours of classes, teachers teach, मजबूरी से जो भी वो सुनते हैं बच्चे, घंटी बज जाते, देव ऐसे दौड़ जाते कि जेल से छूट गए सारे. Into their familiar world of playground and TV and enjoyment. You understand? Is there any one student in the whole India schools, colleges? पूरा क्लास हो गया, घंटी भी बज गई, घर जाने का टाइम हुआ, टीचर को पूछ रहा है, टीचर जी और बैठिए और भी मुझे पाठ पढ़ाइए. मैं तो कभी नहीं किया. I also studied now. Telling the teacher, sir, let everybody go away. You sit and teach me. I'm ready to listen. Nobody is interested. अभी ज़्यादा हो गया. चल. But it is true, no? If you ask the teacher to teach for 10 more minutes and you listen 10 minutes, your knowledge will increase. It's a fact. It can be done. It is practical. It is useful. It's beneficial. But who will think it? चल यार एक घंटा बैठा ही ज़्यादा है, चलो निकलो. I'm giving various examples to substantiate what Vaashishthaji says that Shighra Avagahana will not come. And again, it depends on our sharpness of intellect, subtlety of intellect, purity of the intellect, single pointedness of the mind, faith in the Shastra and the Guru, and our really practically keeping the things away, learning to ourselves that really, yeah, without this I can be. अब इतना एक्सपेरिमेंट करते ही नहीं करते, उसके हिसाब से डिपेंड होता है अंडरस्टैंडिंग, जल्दी आएगा कि नहीं. So, स्वप्नाबद्धं च जगतः श्रुते शास्त्रे अवबोध्यते शीघ्रं न पार्यते वक्तुं, because वाक् किल क्रमवर्तिनी. हम तो गारंटी नहीं देंगे कि quickly you will be able to understand, because क्रमवर्तिनी. You know that the in between layers to cross are many. And some people, if they have already crossed the layer earlier, maybe some of them Shigram they catch. That's why in the Vedanta class, when the 100 people are there, definitely there are 5-10 people who in few classes only catch the thing. Even become practical and take the argument. Baki 95 people are slow only, they take years to get. These people have finished their preliminaries earlier only. अब ये लोग preliminary stage में इसलिए होता है. Like संगीतम क्लास में कोई children music 2 दिन में सारे स्वर राग पकड़ लेते हैं वो लोग. The other fellow 4 साल से सिखा रहे. उसको सारेगा बदलने से सारेगा मगर सही नहीं आया वो. But if he continues, one day he will learn. But teacher cannot guarantee. He cannot say the student, oh teacher, वो student को 4 दिन में सब कुछ आ गया, but मुझे क्यों 4 महीने लग रहे? You can't compare. He is prepared, you are not prepared. Every subject ऐसा होता है दुनिया. Driving, somebody learns in 2 days, 3 days. किसी को सालों साल लगते हैं. संस्कृत, मंत्रा chanting. तो दक्षिण भारत के लोग 2 दिन पढ़ा वो लोग आ ही जाते हैं. That's how the nature is. उत्तर भारत में you teach the pure Sanskrit, Swara and all. Definitely, in any other thing you may defeat them. In this thing, they will defeat you and send you. I am the proof for that. So, the idea is overnight it won't happen. Then, now, Swapna Sankalpana Dhyana Nagaradi Upamam Jagatu Yataha Taeva Dushthantaha Tasmat Santi Hanetare. अब देखो very important. Every Shastra we study, you give only Swapna, Sankalpana, Dhyana Nagara only as Udaharanas. Swapna is dream, you know. Sankalpa is बैठे बैठे hallucinate करना. Then Dhyana Nagara means the Gandharva Nagara. Why these examples are given? Why don't you give other? See, Vashishtha is saying 2 reasons. One is what? These examples are effective, no? They are perfect. Then why do you have to search the new examples? And all Shastras are using them. So it's good, no? It is valid, it is real, it is correct. ये एग्जाम्पल को जब बात आपको समझ में आ रहा है तो क्यों न देवे? तो स्वप्न संकल्पना ध्यान नगरादि उपमम जगत यतः ते एव दृष्टान्तः तस्मात् सन्ति इह न इतरे. A perfect example there, and they are working. Good examples, understandable examples, they are effective. Then why not use them? So, like the Swapna, like the Sankalpa, then Dhyana Nagara is this Jagrat Jagat. Two things are in the beginning, in the end, they are not there. In between only appearing. Other is beginning and reality alone is there. In between also reality alone is there, but seen in the form of Jagat. That's it. So to the Sankalpa Nagar. So to Gandharva Nagar. They appear only because of the Kalpana of the Mana. Mana? In Mandukya Upanishad, in the second or third Prakaranam, beautifully, second Prakaranam, Vaitatya. Kalpayatyatmanatmanam Atma Devaswamaya Sa Eva Buddhyate Vedan. What a beautiful way Gaudapada Acharya will teach us. Kalpayati Atmana Atmanam Atma Devaswamaya Sa Eva Buddhyate Vedan. Iti Vedanta Nishchaya. The pure self with his own Maya Shakti on himself, he does the projection of never existing world of names and forms, individual and total, and he is the drashta also of them. So, eva buddhite veda. So, drishtanta avashyakata we understood. Drishtanta limitation we understood. Which drishtantas are used, that are also told. And it is very essentially that just because the hetu drishtanta told that the jagat is mithya, taking the example of Swapna and other things, in one go and one class only, we don't guarantee you that you will understand or we can make you understand. It takes its own time. So 4 or 5 very crucial things. Our Vaashishtha is preparing our minds with before he takes up this deep study of the Shastra for them. It's a very wonderful exercise it is going to be. Friends, we have seen that. Now the next one. Akarane karanatha yad bodhayopamiyate na tatra sarvasadharmyam sambhavati upamashramaihi. So, upameyasyopamanad ekamshena sadharmata angikaryavabodhaya dhimata nirvivadina. Some more cautions Sri Vaashishthaji is giving, which is somewhat similar like what we saw yesterday day before. But थोड़ा एक फर्क है इसमें. क्या है? अकारणे, अकारण means that Brahman which never falls in the purview of karana karya. Karya karana rahita nirguna Brahma, akarana Brahma. In trying to explain it, karanata means the karya karana sambandhi jagat wala yad bodhaya upamiyate. And to make us have the bodha, understanding of akarana Paramatma, the upamana from the karya karana sambandhi jagat, when it is given, there for the upamana example, the upamaya, the thing which they want to convey through the example, for both of them, na tatra sarva sadharmyam sambhavati upama ashramaihi. है sarva sadharmyam na sambhavati. Every aspect of the upamana and every aspect of the upamaya के बीच में साधर्म नहीं होता पूरा. Then what? कि उपमेयस्य उपमानात्. Upameya means that which is shown through example. Upamana, there is the example. And like somebody's face, that is upameya. Chandrama is upamana. So Chandrama के समान उनका face है. So Chandrama is the upamana. With that, the somebody's face, the upameya is being told. So sarva sadharmya will not be there between upamana and upameya. Everything cannot be compared in the upamana example. Upamana upamaya के बीच में. First of all, Chandra तो एक ग्रह है और उपग्रह. This fellow is not graha. Second is by size Chandra is so big, but this is not so big. Chandra is goal. ये गोल नहीं है वो, थोड़ा इधर उधर है. But Chandrama only goal आकर. He has not got hands and legs, but this fellow has got hands and legs. So sarva sadharmane, one thing, either the beauty or the coolness or the brightness of the moon. These aspects are told of that person with the upmana. Other things don't have the sadharmata, sadharmata same. Ekamsha only will be there, sarva sadharmane. So two things, what was earlier said was, with any of the upamana, everything of the upamaya cannot be told. One part only of the upamaya will be told. Here what he said, when the upamana example is used to tell about the upamaya, sarva sadharmya will not be there. Ekamsha sadharmya only will be there. Only one part will be similar, not the entire. Then you have to be, as a listener, intelligent listener, have to use your discretion to catch which aspect of the upamaya the Guru wanted to convey through this upamana. That's why it says in the fourth line, upamayasya upamana ekamshena sadharmata angikarya, having understood and accepted, avabodhaya dhimata nirvivadina. You become dhiman and do the angikara of the part explanation of the upamaya with the upana, and then have the avabodha and don't do the vivada. So nirvivadina, without argument, have the avabodha with the angikara, with your dhimatva, that the sadharmya between upamana, upamaya cannot be sarva, it is ekansha. So a part and parcel of the example and the thing for which the example given will match, not the whole. Be a dhiman and have the angikara acceptance of this principle. Then have the avabodha of whatever the aspect the Guru is conveying about the upamaya with the help of upamana. Then don't do any vivada further. Nirvivadina means don't argue. But ये चीज तो वो एक समान नहीं है, ये वो समान नहीं है. अरे यार नहीं है, मेरे को बता है, मैं उन चीजों को बताने के लिए नहीं बोला एग्जाम्पल. सिर्फ इसी एस्पेक्ट को पकड़ो, बाकी छोड़ो तुम. Isn't it? See, the funniest thing, the Rajju Sarva Bhranti is given for the Brahma and Jagat. You know? On the Rajju, the Sarpa is projected. And on the Brahman, the Jagat is projected. This is the example given. Ab dekho, such a big contradiction between these two. In the example Rajju Sarpa, Rajju is Jada, Sarpa is Chaitanya. Again, Sarpa to Jinda, but in the reality, जिसके लिए example दे रहे, the Brahman is Chaitanya, the Jagat is Jada. है ना? उपमान में, example में, जो reality है सर्प रज्जु, it is Jada. For which the upamana is given to tell about the Brahman. So in that example of Brahman, this thing which we want to convey the knowledge, the Brahman is Chaitanya Swarupa. And in the upamana, the projected object called snake is Chaitanya. And the knowledge which we want to be conveyed, the Jagat is Jada. So basically, दोनों example में फर्क है. That's why सर्व साधर्म्यता नहीं होगा. There actually that example is given only to say this point. In the ignorance of the rope, wherever the rope is there alone you are seeing snake. To convey that point it is given. Not for the Jada Chaitanya discussion. Ekamsa Jnana. And it is proved. How do you say so, sir? Because when you apprehend the rope as rope, the snake is gone. Where from the snake must have come? From the ignorance of the rope only. Because in the light of snake's knowledge, rope's knowledge, the snake cannot be there. You cannot see both of them. That's the proof. And the proof for this is the experience of the saints and sages. We were also earlier taking the Sarpasthaniya Jagat as real. And our gurus told about the Rajasthaniya Brahma. We didn't believe in the beginning, like you didn't believe, you don't believe. But later on, some of the faith developed. We follow the techniques they told by them. Then we realized the Brahman. The moment the Rajasthaniya Brahman, we realized it. Just like the Rajju is known, the Sarpa is gone. The moment we realized the Brahman, the entire Jagat disappeared. So then we understood in the absence of the knowledge of the Brahman, the Jagat is superimposed. So to convey this point, an example is given. You cannot equate everything. जगत सांप के समान है और ब्रह्म रज्जु के समान है. रज्जो. This man goes and calls his wife as, "Hey रज्जो, तुम्हारे एग्जाम्पल आया." अब मेरे को पता है स्वामी जी, आप मेरे पास आपका भी एग्जाम्पल दिया होगा. क्या सर्पो? If you call the wife as रज्जो, she says सर्पो. So रज्जु सर्पो. Narayana. So Angikarya Avabodhaya Dhimata Nirvivadina. Become Dhiman. Do the Angikara and get the Avabodha. And don't do the Vada Vivada. With the Guru, Sarva Sadharma is not there between Upamana and the knowledge conveyed. Only Ekamsha Sadharmata. See how many Upanishads we studied. In every Upanishad in Bhashya, we have seen Upamanas are given. But nowhere we are given this clarity. Only Vaashishthaji can give. In the way hundreds of the unique new things we learn in Yoga Vaashishtha Maha. कोई भी एग्जाम्पल किसी बात को 100% नहीं बताती है. अब बिना एग्जाम्पल का हम बोल नहीं सकते, खासकर वेदांत का. और जिस एग्जाम्पल को ले रहे हैं हम वो मिथ्या जगत का ही होगा. मिथ्या जगत का एग्जाम्पल जो सत्य वस्तु है उसको बताने के लिए देना पड़ता है. ये दूसरों का तरीका नहीं. So you don't use your intellect in a wrong way to do vada vivada in this never solvable questions. You just be prepared in the mind. Here dhimata, intelligent bano, nirvivada, don't argue, angigara, accept it. Then get the avabodha, have the knowledge of the upameya through the upamana. Of the knowledge through the hetu drushtanta. Good. I really like this portion of Vaashishthaji. Thoroughly. He is drilling into our heart how to study the Shastras and the examples that are given. मजा आएगा. So I told you one day, along with getting the Tattva Jnana, our buddhi becomes very sharper when you study the Shastras. Takes time, but then really. Pure भी बनता है, sharp भी बनता है, subtle भी बनता है, and it gains the knowledge of the truth also and knows the world to be unclear. Then, with little effort, you can just get detached from the world, vairagya, you can focus on the reality which out. Next, Arthavalokane Deepad Abhamatra Rute Gila Nastana Tailavartyadi Kinchinapi Upayujyane. A very good example is given to tell about the limitation of the example. When you have to look at an object, lamp is required, the flame of the lamp is required. है कि नहीं? The flame है लैंप का, वो काफी है to see the things. But before the flame, below the flame, there is a vati. Batti कहते हैं ना वो. And below that there is a tail. The tail is contained in the container. But you don't need the container, the content, the tail, and the vati for seeing the objects. Only lamp is required. Enough. What is the relation between the flame and the oil and the lamp? You need not worry. वो तुमको रोशनी चाहिए, रोशनी वो फ्लेम से मिल रहा है, अब देख लो उस जगत को. So, artha avalokane, to see the objects in the world, in the room, deepat abha matrat, deep ka abha jo prakash hai, that is enough. What about other nasthana? Sthana means the vessel, taila the oil, varti means vati. Nasthana sthana taila varti adi kinchit abhi upayujyate. वो है वो उनका संबंध अलग है. अब without the lamp, where will you put the oil? Without the oil, where will you put the wick? Without wick, how can the flame come? That is your different logic. But for us, the lamp is enough. Light is enough for illuminating the objects. That's how in today's world, you don't need to have that. The lamp or the oil or the wick, the switch on, the light on. Same example there also. Without switching on, without the busily being flowing, the bulb may not glow. That's a different issue. But glow of the bulb is enough for us to illuminate the room. So to an amsha part of the example is enough to convey the knowledge of the truth. Sarva sadharma ka sambhavana nahi, zarurat nahi. Neither possible, not required that there should be 100% similarity between the example given and the thing which is conveyed through the example. So don't be a vivadi, argumenting person. Be a dhima. Lakshana of the dhima is angikara and avbodha. He understands, he accepts and he understands. Right? We are left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 श्लोक. कल खत्म करेंगे. Time मिला कल ही. So definitely we will chant the entire month 19th sarga of 35 shlokas. So that day after tomorrow we save the 10-20 minutes and do the study straight away. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashishtha. Shri GURUBHYO Tat Brahmastu. Wow, beautiful. Om Nadattra Surya Abhati Chandra Tarakam Nemayajit Tameva Bhagat Tasya Bhasa Om Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Vyavahara Shastra ki jai, Shri Vaashishtha Valmiki Vyavahara Brahma Vidyacharya ki jai, Bhagavan Shamsantana ki jai, Sadhana Maharaj ki jai, Aske Anand ki jai, Parvati Ramayana Sarvatra Govinda Sankirtan समस्त श्रोता भक्तगण की जय. सतगुरुनाथ महाराज की. Thank you. Join in 5 minutes for the next beautiful text.